Hello, my name is Geoff Peters. My wife and I are originally from the beautiful Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia, but for the most part now we're based in Europe. And that's because at the beginning of 2017 we retired, we purchased a boat in England, we renamed it Sunshine Coast in honour of our former home and cruised it across the English Channel to Dunkirk. We now spend about 5 months of each year cruising through the inland waterways, that is, the rivers and canals of Europe. And then in late September, we put the boat into hibernation or storage for the colder months of the year and continue our travels and adventures by lecturing aboard beautiful cruise ships. A bit about my background. I joined the Royal Australian Navy when I was just 15 years old. At the time, I was the youngest person serving in the Australian Defence Forces, and it was during that first year at the Naval College that I undertook a subject called Naval and Maritime History. And it's been since then that I've had a lifelong fascination with maritime explorers and adventurers, and this is the subject that I now lecture upon. When we retired back in 2017, by sheer coincidence and basically by being in the right place at the right time, I was given the opportunity to do some speaking presentations aboard a cruise ship. When I received that very first contract, it specifically said that they didn't want presenters to stand at a lectern or podium and just read from notes, because anyone could do that. With this in mind, I developed my own style to entertain as well as to educate people. I deliver well-rehearsed presentations without reading from notes. I provide educational, entertaining and authoritative presentations while also injecting humour and some of our own personal experiences. I have a variety of talks ranging from the very first explorers to set sail upon the seas, up to and including current day maritime adventurers. I tailor my talks to try and make them relevant to the region that the ship is cruising through, speaking about not just the well-known and well-loved characters and stories, but also lesser-known subjects that intertwine, entertain, inform and educate people. Each talk is supported by good quality, well-presented graphics via PowerPoint. To date, most of my audience have been British or Americans, and being an Australian seems to be a bit of an advantage. I'm a novelty, and people seem to like and respond to the Australian laid-back humour. I've been told that my guest feedback scores have been excellent, and it certainly is great to watch as the audiences grow at each lecture as word of mouth passes around the ship. My wife Leanne is also a great support. She listens to each rehearsal that I do. She critiques, she doesn't criticise, she critiques and offers feedback. She makes sure that I stick to the times, is sometimes the butt of some of my jokes, but she's also a great people person and an asset around the ship. We try to ensure that we engage with as many guests as possible. We join in activities, lead tours, and work with the crew to maximise the experience for the guests. Most of my presentations to date have been for Viking ocean cruises, and due to my popularity and the feedback scores, I've recently been offered the position as a Viking resident historian. If you have any questions about what I can offer, please don't hesitate to contact me. But you can also view some of my presentations at my YouTube channel, which is called Retired Afloat. Thank you very much for taking the time to review this video.